is falling, painting on the glass, every drop a story of nights that could not last. The piano rolls like thunder, the bass is steady slow, the saxophone is whispering of love I used to know. Silver rain, you cover me, drowning what is true. Every vow we buried still returns with you. The night becomes a river, the silence feels the same. Forever I'll remember the silver rain. The candle bends to shadows, the smoke begins to rise. The mirror on the table reflects your fading eyes. The city breathes its sorrow, the morning hides away, but silver rain keeps falling on everything I say. Silver rain, you cover me, drowning what is true. Uncertain, the storm begins to clear, but still I hear your whispers in every note I hear. The silence holds me captive, the shadows still remain. Forever by the silver rain. Velvet smoke is rising, curling through the air. It dresses every memory with shadows everywhere. The bass is slow and walking, the piano holds the key. The saxophone is sighing for what you meant to me. Velvet smoke surrounding me, covering the night. Every vow we buried still burns too bright. The silence tastes like whiskey, the shadows never spoke. Forever I'll remember the velvet smoke. The candle bends to ashes, the glass is nearly dry. The morning waits behind me, the night refuses. Why? The city hums its secrets, the echoes turn to stone. Velvet smoke reminds me I'll always be alone. Velvet smoke surrounding me, covering the night. Every vow we buried still burns too bright. The saxophone is crying, the piano softly spoke. Forever I'll be haunted by the velvet smoke. The daylight breaks uncertain, the velvet starts to fade, but still it holds the whispers of promises we made. Though morning clears the shadows, the sorrow never broke. Forever I'll be haunted by the velvet smoke. Hollow glass is waiting, empty on the bar. It holds the ghost of voices from places where you are. The bass is low and solemn, the piano draws a sigh, the saxophone is moaning a long and soft goodbye. Hollow glass, you echo me, empty, cold and fast. Every vow we buried still fills your past. The silence keeps on ringing, the shadows slowly pass. Forever I'll be haunted by the hollow glass. The candle bends to nothing, the smoke curls in a ring. The city outside sleeping forgets what love could bring. Each drop of whiskey lingering reminds me of your face. The hollow glass keeps speaking of everything erased. Hollow glass, you echo me, empty, cold and fast. Every vow we buried is bleeding. The piano sings at last. Forever I'll remember that hollow glass. The shadows fade away, but hollow glass keeps trembling with what I couldn't say. Though daylight clears the silence, the shadow will not pass. Forever I'll be haunted by the hollow glass. The crimson hour lingers, painted in the sky. It tells me of a silence that never says goodbye. The bass is walking slowly, the piano holds its breath. The saxophone is whispering of love and loss and death. Crimson hour, you hold me, bleeding through the air. Every vow we buried is still waiting there. The night becomes eternal, the shadows will devour. Forever I'll remember the crimson hour. The candle bends to ashes, the whiskey nearly gone. The echoes of your laughter still linger in this song. The morning waits in silence, the city turns away, but crimson hour reminds me of everything we say. Crimson hour, you hold me, bleeding through the air. Every vow we buried is still waiting there. The saxophone confesses, the piano gives it power. Forever I'll be haunted by the crimson hour. The daylight comes uncertain, the crimson turns to gray, but still I feel its presence in everything I play. Though morning clears the sorrow, the memory will flower. Forever I'll remember the crimson hour. it shelters all the voices still echoing in me. The bass is low and gentle, the piano rolls the tide, the saxophone is singing of things I could not hide. Silent harbor, cover me, shelter what I know. Every vow we buried still haunts below. The night becomes an anchor, the silence makes it harder. Forever I'll remember the silent harbor. The candle bends to ashes, the smoke drifts out to gray. The city fades behind me. The night won't go away. Each wave of quiet sorrow is heavier than stone. The silent harbor whispers, I'll always be alone. Silent harbor, cover me, shelter what I know. Every vow we bury still haunts below. The saxophone is crying, the piano drifts farther. Forever I'll be haunted by the silent harbor. Uncertain, the fog begins to lift, but still I hear your presence in every minor shift. Though morning warms the shoreline, the sorrow drifts no farther. Forever I'll remember the silent harbor. Twilight veil descending covers up the street. It hides the broken footsteps. It hides the loss we meet. The bass is deep and steady. The piano paints the gray. couldn't say. Twilight veil, you cover me, hiding what is true. Every vow we buried still lives in you. The night becomes a curtain the silence won't reveal. Forever I'll remember the twilight veil. The candle bends to ashes. The smoke drifts through the air. Uncertain, pretending not to care. The echoes of your laughter still linger in my head. The twilight veil reminds me of every word you said. Twilight veil, you cover me, hiding what is true. Every vow we buried still lives in you. The saxophone confesses, the piano makes me feel. Forever I'll be haunted by the twilight veil. The daylight breaks uncertain. The twilight fades away, but still I hear its shadow in every note I play. Though sunlight warms the city, the sorrow still is real. Forever I'll remember the twilight veil. Black velvet curtains cover every light. The room is thick with silence. The heart is bound in night. The bass is walking slowly. The piano deep in blue. The saxophone is breathing the memory of you. Black velvet hides me, covers all I feel. feels too real. The shadows grow around me. The silence won't forget. Forever I remember the black velvet. The candle bends to ashes. The glass is nearly dry. The echoes of your laughter still linger, still deny. The morning waits uncertain. The city hides its face, but black velvet reminds me of all I can't erase. Black velvet hides me, covers all I feel. Every vow we buried still feels too real. The saxophone confesses. The piano pays the debt. Forever I'll be haunted by the black velvet. Breaks reluctant. The velvet fades away, but still its heavy shadow is in the notes I play. Though morning clears the darkness, the sorrow's always set. Forever I'll remember the black velvet. A lonely ember glowing, fading in the dark. It carries all the secrets, a small and fragile spark. The bass is slow and steady. The piano speaks in sighs. The saxophone is trembling with all our last goodbyes. Lonely ember flicker low, whispering my name. Every vow we buried still feels the same. The night becomes a fire. The silence turns to cinder. Forever I'll remember the lonely ember. The candle bends to ashes. The room is filled with smoke. The city breathes in silence. The dawn is just a joke. Each note is full of sorrow. whispering my name. Every vow we buried still feels the same. The saxophone confesses, the piano will surrender. Forever I'll be haunted by the lonely ember. The daylight comes uncertain, the ember fades to gray, but still I feel its warmth in everything I play. Though morning clears the ashes, the sorrow will not end. Forever I'll remember the ember, my last friend. A fallen star is burning on the empty ground. It once lit up the heavens. It once could make a sound. The bass is slow and grieving, the piano whispers low, the saxophone is mourning a love from long ago. Falling star, you fade away, burning into dust. Every vow we buried still carries rust. The night becomes eternal, the silence leaves a scar. Forever I'll remember the fallen star. The candle bends to ashes, the whiskey turns to fire, the smoke curls into figures of all my lost desire. The city hums its secrets, the morning hides its scars. The night will always echo with fallen stars. Fallen star, you fade away, burning into dust. Every vow we buried still carries rust. The saxophone confesses, the piano plays afar. Forever I'll be haunted by the fallen star. The daylight comes uncertain, the star is gone from view. but still I feel its shadow in everything I do. Though morning clears the heavens, the sorrow lingers far. Forever I'll remember the fallen star. An empty frame is waiting, hanging on the wall. It once held all our faces, it once could hold it all. The bass is deep and solemn, the piano speaks in pain, the saxophone is sighing, the words I can't explain. Empty frame, you show me nothing. Colder every day. Every vow we buried still won't decay. The silence keeps on echoing. The night repeats your name. Forever I'll be haunted by the empty frame. The candle bends to ashes, the glass is nearly gone. The smoke curls into pictures of what we lingered on. The city fades behind me, the morning hides in shame, but still I keep on staring at the empty frame. Empty frame, you show me nothing. Colder every day. Every vow we buried still won't decay. The saxophone confesses, the piano plays the same. Forever I'll remember the empty frame. The daylight comes uncertain, the frame is just a shell, but still it holds the sorrow its colors. The silence stays the same. Forever I'll be haunted by the empty frame. A cold flame is burning, flicker without heat. It tells of love forgotten. It tells of our defeat. The bass is walking slowly. The piano makes it cry. The saxophone is trembling with all I'll ask goodbye. Cold flame, you burn me, frozen in the dark. Every vow we bury, it still leaves its mark. The silence turns to ashes, the night repeats the name. Forever I'll remember. Oh, claim. The candle bends to silence. The glass is nearly dry. The echoes of your whispers still haunt me. Behind me, the city hides away, but cold flame keeps on burning in everything I play. Cold flame, you burn me, frozen in the dark. Every vow we buried still leaves its mark. The saxophone confesses, the piano does the same. Forever I'll be haunted by the cold flame. The daylight breaks uncertain. The flame begins to fade, but still I feel its fire in promises we made. Though morning clears the darkness, the sorrow still will claim broken keys are playing in silence of the room. Each note a faded memory, each chord a kind of tune. The bass is low and trembling, the piano cracked and slow. The saxophone is aching with everything I know. Broken keys, they haunt me, trembling in disguise. Every vow we buried still never dies. The night becomes a requiem, the shadows slowly freeze. Forever I'll remember the broken keys. The candle bends to ashes, the whiskey fades away. The morning hides its sorrow, pretending not to stay. Each melody reminds me of everything we lost. The broken keys keep singing of what it cost. Broken keys, they haunt me, trembling in disguise. Every vow we buried still never dies. The saxophone is bleeding, the piano begs and pleads. Forever I'll be haunted by the broken keys. The daylight breaks uncertain, the silence carries on, but still the broken keys will play long after dawn. Though morning brings its colors, the sorrow never frees. Forever I remember the broken keys. Empty shore is waiting, covered in the mist. It carries all the voices of every night we kissed. The bass is low and steady, the piano drifts like tide. The saxophone is aching for things I had to hide. Empty shore, you call me, echo without end. Every vow we buried will not bend. The night becomes an ocean, the silence at its core. Forever I'll be haunted by the empty shore. morning hides its secrets, the silence never saves. Each note is heavy water, each chord a weighted door. The empty shore reminds me of all I longed for. Empty shore, you call me, echo without end. Every vow we buried will not bend. The saxophone confesses, the piano asks for more. Forever I'll remember the empty shore. The daylight breaks uncertain, the shoreline fades away, but still the empty shore is in every note I play. Though morning warms the water, the sorrow stays ashore. Forever I'll be haunted by the empty shore. Ashen light is falling dim upon the street. It carries all the silence where broken shadows meet. The bass is slow and weary, the piano paints it thin. The saxophone is whispering of where we should have been. Ashen light, you blind me, fading without sound. Every vow we buried still circles round. The night becomes a mirror reflecting what is right. Forever I'll remember the ashen light. The candle bends to ashes, the glass is nearly gone. The echoes of your laughter are everything I've drawn. The city hides in silence, the dawn is painted gray, but ashen light keeps glowing on everything I play. Ashen light, you blind me, fading without sound. Every vow we buried still circles round. The saxophone confesses, the piano gives me sight. Forever I'll be haunted The daylight comes uncertain, the ashen light is weak, but still I see its shadow in every word I speak. Though morning clears the skyline, the sorrow burns too bright. Forever I'll be haunted by the ashen light. Shattered wine is bleeding across the wooden floor. It tells of love forgotten, it tells of something more. The bass is deep and heavy, the piano drenched in red. The saxophone is moaning of words we left unsaid. Shattered wine, you drown me, pouring down like rain. Every vow we buried still brings the pain. The night becomes a silence, the shadows intertwine. Forever I'll remember the shattered wine. The candle bends to ashes as the glass is torn apart. The echoes of your presence still linger in my heart. The morning hides in silence, the city fades behind, but still I see reflections in shattered wine. Shattered wine, you drown me, pouring down like rain. Every vow we buried still brings the pain. The saxophone confesses, the piano makes the sign. Forever I'll be haunted by the shattered wine. Uncertain, the red begins to dry, but still I see its color in every tear I cry. Though morning clears the table, the sorrow